Stunner. Alright guys, what we got going on today is I'm doing a complete rebuild of the cooling system for the Ford Raptor first gen. And guys, I'm going to show you the process of what it took for me to get to it. As you can see right here, this is the reservoir container right here. I took this out. Of course, I took the intake off, which is not in the video, but you guys know what an intake looks like. But I had to take out this container right here, and as you can see right there, when I do a lot of off-roading, obviously water was getting in there, and you know we can't have that. Either that was the coolant leaking, or water from me mudding. But anyway, what I did was I replaced the radiator cap here also. There is the part number for that. I don't know if it's focusing in clear enough. I don't know why it's not focusing. Anyway, also I took the radiator out. I meant the alternator out. Here's the part number for that. Focus is kind of bad. And guys, with these radiators, make sure you get the right one, because they have different voltage. Because the one they make for the 2011 regular Raptor, I mean the regular F-150, is not the same as the one for the Raptor. The one for the Raptor, I believe, needs 300 watts voltage. They do have one that they say will fit, but it's only like I think half of that in voltage. I'm not sure, but make sure you get the right part number when you're ordering these specifically for the Raptor. Because if you get the one that's for the standard F-150, it's not going to be powerful enough. And you understand, you got the 6.2 liter engine in here, so you can't go cheap on that. Also, I took out the water pump here, just in case. And that is the part number for that. Again, I don't know if you can see that. Again, if you go online, if you go on eBay or Amazon, they'll tell you there's some that will fit and it won't fit. I made that mistake and had to do a return. Because if you look at the mounting points on here, see how even the one on the three on the right are versus the one on the left. That one sticks out a little bit, and that makes a difference when you're mounting that in that spot. If it doesn't mount correctly, obviously it's not going to work. And this, I believe, from the dealership is about $300, and the alternator from the dealership is about almost $700, right? So I don't know. I'm not going to suggest where you go get your parts from, but be mindful of that. Also, the AC compressor clutch, right? Guys, instead of replacing the entire AC compressor, you see right down in there, that's the clutch that I replaced. It's real simple to replace the clutch, right? The clutch, in the middle, there's a 7mm bolt. You don't have to take anything apart. You just remove the skid plate, go underneath there, take you a 7mm wrench, and just it's best to use an impact wrench, and just you use it to just unmount it. You put that wrench in there, and you just screw it out of there. It comes out real easy, and you screw the other one back on there. It's real simple to do that AC clutch instead of replacing the whole thing. And I'm going to show you the part number for this one. Is, you see the little rust in there? Of course, it's probably the original part also. Here it goes right here. Again, I don't know if you can see that. It's not real good. But anyway, and don't get aftermarket parts for Fords, guys. You can't do that for the Fords because they won't last as long, and you just end up doing the whole job again. Also, I replaced the thermostat right here. Here is the part number for the thermostat. Now on the thermostat, this exact part number, you can cross-reference it with another Ford part number, and it will work. So you don't have to get this exact part number, but when you cross-reference it, it will work. And the best thing to do to see what the cross-reference is, just to go on the Ford website, and it'll show you the exact parts that you need. And this is where the thermostat is located. That's the thermostat housing. And the take this off with, I believe, two 8mm bolts, and the thermostat is sitting down in there. So I already replaced that. So I replaced the thermostat, I replaced the AC compressor clutch, and I'm going to replace this upper hose right here. Since I'm at it, it's kind of soft a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace that. I think that's about $60 for the OEM upper radiator hose. And like I said, this cap was probably about $10. The clutch here for the AC compressor was like $35. The thermostat was, I would say probably about $30, $40. And so I've already drained the antifreeze out, and I'm replacing the serpentine belt. Now, guys, on the serpentine belt, to loosen the serpentine belt, you're gonna take your ratchet, and this part of the ratchet right here, the square part, you're gonna stick that inside of the square part of the tensioner right here. Because normally the tensioner, like on the Lexus, is up here in one of these pulleys. You'll put a bolt on there, and you just pull. You just leverage this to release the tension on the belt. But it's different for the Raptor. You're gonna put your ratchet square inside of. See if I can get down in here. Inside of that square right there, which I can't. Let me see if I can get the camera down in here. Inside of that square right there, and that is your tensioner right there. You're gonna put it in there, pull it upward, and that's gonna release the tension off of your belt, and you will be able to pull your belt off. And of course, you're gonna follow the diagram so you can put the belt back on there. All right. And guys, that's the process of where I'm at, and this is what I got going on. So I'm just trying to find the right price and the right bargain, get the right parts for the Raptor to get it right back on. If you look right here, this is where the water pump is. So I just got this rag covering it up to keep any debris or anything from going in there, clogging up my system and contaminating it. Right? Got the thermostat housing covered up, and that's my intake. I got that covered up also. And guys, when you use the antifreeze, the Raptor takes 19 gallons. What is it? Not 19 gallons. I think it's 19 liters. Right? And it's a 50-50 mix. That's what it says here on the container right here. 50% Motorcraft orange. You're gonna use the orange. Don't use the regular Prestone in here. Ford is real particular about uh, the vehicles are real particular about what you put in them. With other cars, you can gamble, but with Ford, it's best not to gamble. But you just end up maybe doing what I had to do. And it's not that hard to take this stuff out, guys. A lot of this stuff is just bolted down in there, and you release the hoses. And your release for draining your antifreeze is always going to be at the bottom of your radiator. And it's on this side of the vehicle, right underneath here. You gotta use a Phillips head to stick in the slot to unscrew it to release the fluid. I guess what I want to show you in my next video is my splash guards, right? These splash guards, it's a hustle because they're selling you the splash guards individually in pieces. Like the one that goes over the middle here is like $60. The right side and the left side, they're about $30 a piece. And I can't find anywhere to get the right side other than maybe the dealership. So they're probably gonna be twice as much. But what I did, guys, I found the same type of material uh, in a mat is waterproof and heat resistant. I'm gonna show the next video. I'm gonna show me cutting that up and design and making my own splash guards and saving money. And I only paid about $7-8 for that roll, and that's about 5 feet of roll of the same material and the same thickness. I'm just gonna take these off, place them on the material, cut it out, and I'm gonna use those as replacement splash guards because you can see these are worn. You can see the cracks in there, so they're really not doing a lot of protection. So they're just old and worn and deteriorating. So I need to replace it. As you can see, I've already replaced it over here. So that's what I got going on next, guys. So just a recap: alternator out, thermostat change, AC compressor clutch change, water pump out, replace the radiator cap. I'm replacing the serpentine belt and that upper radiator hose. And I'm just gonna clean this out and put this all back together once I get all my parts, guys. And that's it. That's just update on the Raptor, what I got going on.